if you notice, if you recall, the hand recognition system was very different from the fingerprint recognition system. Hand or palm print, basically there were a lot of measurements that you take. You take the hand and there are some salient features, you take the breadth and the length and you make a feature vector. So the face is also similar. The face recognition is also based on some measurements that you are taking of the face. They are known as vantage or salient points in the face, and based on some measurements between these salient features in the face, we are able to take a decision with respect to the face recognition. So there are many techniques for analysis of face. All machine learning, a lot of machine learning, deep learning techniques are there, but I am going to teach you a couple of simple statistical tools which I will be asking in the exam, those things that I will explain. So first, let us see a video about the face recognition system. I have already shared this video to all of you. Is this thing gone? Gosh, I don't see this YouTube video. I think I have to open a new Google Chrome, then it will come. Yeah, please don't mind the ad. I have wait. Oh gosh. Is it audible? Is the video audible? Please respond if the video is audible.
Yes, sir, it's audible, sir.
Facial recognition technology has been around for decades. However, in recent years, it has seen more widespread adoption. Why? Artificial intelligence. Advances in deep learning and faster systems for processing enormous amounts of data has helped the technology come closer to reaching its full potential. This has led to higher accuracy and faster processing times. Governments and private companies are taking notice. The global market for facial recognition is expected to reach $12.92 billion by 2027. And it is not just for safety and security. Just to name a few, facial recognition software is starting to appear in retail, transportation, the hospitality industry, and the banking industry. But what is facial recognition technology? Facial recognition is a biometric tool. As with other commonly used biometric technologies like fingerprint recognition, iris recognition, and finger vein pattern recognition, facial recognition identifies a person based on specific aspects of their physiology. Though the software can vary, the process of facial recognition tends to follow three basic steps. First, your face is captured with a photo or video. It doesn't matter if you're alone or in a crowd. It can happen in real time. The software then measures a variety of facial features called landmarks or nodal points on the face. These could include the distance between the eyes, the width of the nose, depth of eye sockets, distance from forehead to chin. Each program uses different nodal points and may collect up to 80 different measurements. This information is then converted into a mathematical formula which represents your unique facial signature. That facial signature is then compared to a database of known faces. This can all happen in a matter of seconds.
Excuse me, sir.
Recognition technology
So the video
can be
is
traced
paused,
back
like
to
it's
the
not playing.
1960s. One early system developed by Woodrow Wilson Bledsoe classified photos by manually recording the coordinates of facial features, such as the nose and mouth, using an electronic stylus. When the system was given a photograph of an individual, it could retrieve the images that most closely resembled it from a database.
So, were you able to see the video? Nobody is responding.
So the video
Were
was
you able to?
so the video was paused in the middle.
Oh, that is because see, so many this it's not accepting these windows. I don't know why these windows are not coming. Give me a minute.
So I've shared the video link in the chat. I think so others will be able to access through it.
Yeah, but I know I want to play it. You 1 minute. Oh shit. See in Teams, no, when you open multiple windows, it doesn't open. I don't know why it's not opening. I have to open it as a separate screen, I think. In 1 minute. Gosh.
So the audio is not being shared.
Audio is not coming, huh? Oh gosh, I don't know what this problem is. Shit. Shit.
Facial recognition technology has been around for decades. However, in recent years, it has seen more widespread adoption. Why? Artificial intelligence. Advances in deep learning and faster systems for processing enormous amounts of data has helped the technology come closer to reaching its full potential. This has led to higher accuracy and faster processing times. Governments and private companies are taking notice. The global market for facial recognition is expected to reach $12.92 billion by 2027. And it is not just for safety and security. Just to name a few, facial recognition software is starting to appear in retail, transportation, the hospitality industry, and the banking industry. But what is facial recognition technology? Facial recognition is a biometric tool. As with other commonly used biometric technologies like fingerprint recognition, iris recognition, and finger vein pattern recognition, Facial recognition identifies a person based on specific aspects of their physiology. Though the software can vary, the process of facial recognition tends to follow three basic steps. First, your face is captured with a photo or video. It doesn't matter if you're alone or in a crowd. It can happen in real time. The software then measures a variety of facial features called landmarks or nodal points on the face. These could include the distance between the eyes, the width of the nose, depth of eye sockets, distance from forehead to chin. Each program uses different nodal points and may collect up to 80 different measurements. This information is then converted into a mathematical formula which represents your unique facial signature. That facial signature is then compared to a database of known faces. This can all happen in a matter of seconds. Facial recognition technology can be traced back to the 1960s. One early system developed by Woodrow Wilson Bledsoe classified photos by manually recording the coordinates of facial features, such as the nose and mouth, using an electronic stylus. When the system was given a photograph of an individual, it could retrieve the images that most closely resembled it from a database. In the 1990s, the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency and the National Institute of Standards and Technology designed a face recognition program, which eventually led to more sophisticated automatic face recognition technology. One early version of this technology was tested at the 2002 Super Bowl, when law enforcement officials scanned the crowd and found several minor criminals, although that experiment also yielded a high number of false positives. However, the technology blossomed in the 2010s because of rapid developments in artificial intelligence. By 2014, face recognition systems were being regularly used by police to identify suspects in the field. However, since its inception, facial recognition has been polarizing. A significant use of facial recognition technology is in the area of safety and security. Law enforcement agencies use it to fight petty crime, help locate missing people, prevent terrorist attacks, and even uncover local criminals. Security checkpoints at airports worldwide are increasingly using such technology to protect flyers and to identify criminals trying to enter the country. The Department of Homeland Security also uses facial recognition to find people who have overstayed visas or who are under criminal investigation. Today, several companies are developing watch list as a service, using face recognition data platforms to help prevent shoplifting and violent crime. Facial recognition technology is getting faster and more accurate every year. This means that it could also soon be used to make our lives more convenient. Using your face print, business, hotels, and financial institutions will be able to seamlessly verify who you are without the use of a physical ID. There is even a bar that uses facial recognition to create better service for customers. There are vocal arguments against facial recognition technology, with the biggest being its threat to an individual's privacy. Some cities across the world are already working towards banning real-time facial recognition. Why? Your facial data can be collected and stored without your permission. According to a May 2018 report, at least 117 million Americans now have images of their faces in one or more police databases. There are also concerns regarding safety. Apps that allow individuals to use facial recognition software to identify someone they see on the street or at a bar already exist. Finally, the technology is still far from perfect, and there is evidence that many facial recognition algorithms produce far more false positives on non-white faces. It has also been demonstrated that it is not difficult to fool facial recognition systems. Researchers have already developed anti-facial recognition glasses, which make wearers undetectable. This has not stopped facial recognition from being widely adopted. Despite all this, the technology is increasingly used in mobile devices and consumer products as a way to authenticate users. College classrooms and testing facilities are using it to take attendance and prevent cheating. Retailers are using it to stop theft. and to identify customers in need of assistance. And some automotive manufacturers are developing ways to use the technology in place of car keys. In the future, facial recognition can also be used to target products to specific groups by gender or age, to offer a personalized experience to restaurant customers, or to boost patient care at hospitals and clinics.
So that's a glimpse of this technology, very fascinating kind of glimpse. So there are many tools to analyze face recognition systems, which was mentioned. I mean, the whole lot: neural networks, machine learning techniques, support vector machines, deep learning, recurrent neural networks, convolutional, all are there. And I'm not going into those details. Rather, I will focus on a couple of techniques that today I have already sent you the links and the files for this. There are two statistical techniques that I will be teaching, where you will have to do problems based on this for the end semester exam. And they're basically very simple things, but you have to do a lot of math and calculation. So let me just share. This is a big problem. Oh gosh. Yeah. Can you see a PDF file? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so there is a test called the Kruskal Wallis test, which we can use for doing some statistical method. So the idea is this is an example of a Kruskal Wallis test we are using for 3 different types of participants. Now, if it is the same participant, you will get a positive correlation. If it is not, you will not get a proper correlation. So the values are basically taken, it could be taken of the same person at different times also. But it is based on the ANOVA, or analysis of variance, which is a statistical technique. So basically, just look at this. This is these are some values. This is one person, second person, same person, second a different time, third time. Like that you have to think. So today you are taking a person's biometric values. Tomorrow you are taking, third day you are taking, and we want to know if they are from the same person. So here this Kruskal Wallis does a very elaborate procedure. I have sent you the link, but basically it is looking at some ranking, and you rank all the values and use a formula, and based on that formula, it's very simple. You will find out that there is a statistic value you will get. Now, depending upon that statistical value, you can find out whether it is of the same person or the different person. So I will recommend that you try out this problem. Please, I've already sent you the PDF file. Try out this problem like a homework. Similarly, there is one more statistic that is available. It is called the Durbin-Watson statistical method. I've sent you this link also by WhatsApp. This is based on another statistical technique known as regression. The other one was based on ANOVA, or analysis of variance, which is a statistical technique. Durbin-Watson is based on the regression analysis, which is again another type of statistical technique. Rather, regression is more like a supervised learning. It's a type of supervised learning like classification. So what happens is that if you get a value between 0 to 2, when in the Durbin-Watson statistic, that means it is the positive correlation, or it is the same person. If the value varies from 2 to 4, that means the samples that are given are from a different person. So we can use this for doing some sort of biometric measurements. So this is pair 1. This is a series of biometric measurements. It could be 3 parts of the face. It could be like that. Pair 1, pair 2, pair 3, pair 4, pair 5. Then you also have a line of best fit. The line of best fit for this value. Then you do a kind of a Durbin-Watson mathematical thing by substituting the values, and you find the sum of error square. You can try this out. If I just show you, you will not be able to understand. You'll have to try this problem in the notebook, and then you will get this value. So basically in the exam, I will give you this pair 1, pair 2. I'll give you some values. I can give you 2 pairs or 3 pairs or 4 pairs, depends upon that. But you will have to do this substitution, mathematical substitution, find out the errors, do the error square, do the difference, and find out the Durbin-Watson statistic. If this value is between 2 to 4, that means they are of different people. If it is less than 2, it is of the same person, something like that. That is the meaning of this Durbin-Watson statistic. So as mentioned, I will not be able to, you'll have to do both these things. Take a print of that and try with your calculator. In the end semester exam, there will be definitely a question on one of these two or maybe both. So it will be, looking at least 10 marks or 20 marks, 10 or 15 marks. So please try this out. I am not going into neural networks, and there are some techniques that are using principal component analysis, then linear discriminant analysis. But I thought I will skip that for your exam and give you a slightly easier one. This is a little easier, this Durbin-Watson and Kruskal Wallis. These two statistical methods based on regression and ANOVA are relatively easier. So I thought I will stop with that. That's all from my side. I will take the attendance. So as I mentioned before I stop the class, I'm again telling you that the theory classes are done, but you will have to start working on your mini project and complete it as soon as we have the long weekend in April. There is some long weekend, Good Friday, Easter, if I'm not mistaken. After that, you will be having a physical on-site presentation of the project by team. So I will come, we will decide the venue later, but I'll fix slots and you will have to come and do a presentation, and that will be the evaluation of your 10% of the grade. But I have got special permission from the department to give you the next 10 classes free, and I will mark present for all of you. That is anyway from up till 23rd. It is the exams are also there, but anyway, I'll mark everybody present. But again, I am re-stressing midterm, pre-midterm portion. I have already given you the course material and the slide. But for post-midterm, meaning the different biometrics, that is the 8 biometrics: fingerprint, hand, face. What is the 4th one? Iris, retina. These 5 physiological biometrics. I'll repeat: fingerprint, face, hand or palm, retina, iris. 5 physiological biometrics. 3 behavioral biometrics, namely typing pattern, signature, and speech recognition or voice recognition. These 8 biometrics. Slide is only a guide. Please look into both the textbooks for the studying. So if you're taking fingerprint, open the first textbook and the second textbook, Anil Jain, and the other one, what is the other textbook, Vaka, both the textbooks, and look for the content. So you will be able to core. So your slide is the primary material. Textbook number 1, textbook number 2. Textbook number 1 is Anil Jain. Textbook number 2 is Vaka, John Vaka. So that is the supplementary material. So you have to, that is the only way you can figure this out, because slide is only a kind of a window. So that's all from my side. Let me now take the attendance. Sherbin, Ashika, Satvik, please raise your hand.